Okay, so we're diving into Carlos Castaneda's The Teachings of Don Juan.
Yeah, a book that's sparked its fair share of debate, to say the least.
To put it mildly, right? Some hail it as like this groundbreaking work of anthropology, while others see it as, well, more of a work of fiction.
It's definitely one of those books you either love or you're like, wait, what?
Exactly. But, judgment aside, we're here to unravel the system of knowledge Don Juan, this Yaqui sorcerer, supposedly shared with Castaneda.
And it's a system that, real or imagined, draws on very real beliefs and practices, offering a glimpse into a worldview that's radically different from our own.
Right, like peering through a window into a completely different reality.
Exactly.
So picture this. It's the 1960s, and Castaneda, this anthropology student, he's in some dusty border town hoping to learn about medicinal plants used by, the indigenous people there.
Yeah, classic anthropological pursuit.
Totally. He's waiting for a bus when he meets Don Juan, a Yaqui man who seems to know a thing or two about plants, particularly peyote.
And this Don Juan is no ordinary guy, right?
Oh, definitely not your average bus stop buddy.
Locals describe him as a brujo, basically a sorcerer, and even more specifically, a diablero.
A diablero. Okay, now that sounds ominous. What exactly are we talking about here?
So in Yaqui culture, a diablero is a sorcerer who's believed to have this power to shapeshift, often into animals. These figures, they're both revered and feared.
Like respected, but also kind of terrifying.
Exactly. Imagine the stories, the whispers, the mix of awe and fear surrounding these individuals.
Yeah, you can practically feel the hair on your neck standing up.
Right. And Castaneda doesn't hold back on the anecdotes.
Oh, no, not at all. He talks about this massive coyote that scared the living daylights out of someone, a woman mistaken for a beast and shot, even a sorcerer who was burned alive and the only thing left was a pool of fat.
Heavy stuff.
Intense, right. But whether these stories are true or embellished, they still point to a deeply rooted belief system, right? They aren't just campfire stories, are they?
No, they're woven into the very fabric of how the Yaqui people understand the world. And Castaneda, even if he, took some creative liberties, he was tapping into something real, a way of seeing the world where the line between ordinary and extraordinary, it's a little blurry, to say the least.
Right. So even if some details are exaggerated, the core beliefs he describes are very much a part of this culture, which makes you wonder, about the power of belief itself and what we might be missing in our own everyday lives. It's like Don Juan is saying, hey, there's a whole other layer to reality that you're not even tapping into.
Yeah, he's basically handing Castaneda a different set of glasses to see the world with.
And these glasses, they come in the form of plants. But not just any plants.
Right, not your average backyard herbs.
We're talking about peyote, datura, mushrooms, plants that can seriously mess with your perception.
Exactly. But here's the thing. Don Juan isn't giving these plants to Castaneda for like a fun trip or anything like that.
No, definitely not recreational.
He's using them as tools, right, to guide Castaneda into what he calls states of non-ordinary reality.
So when we say plants of power, it's not about getting high. It's about gaining knowledge, power, insight through these altered states.
Exactly. It's about shifting your perception, breaking free from the limitations of your everyday senses. Have you ever had one of those moments where, your senses just feel heightened, where you feel more present, more connected to everything around you?
Totally. Like when you're really present in nature or listening to an amazing piece of music.
Right. Those are little glimpses into what Don Juan is trying to show Castaneda. And he's very clear that these plants are to be treated with respect, not something to be messed around with.
Yeah, it's serious business.
Absolutely. For example, the way Castaneda describes how to prepare datura, it's incredibly specific, almost like a sacred ritual.
Like every little detail matters.
Yeah, the number of leaves, the type of flower, even separating the male and female plants.
Wow, that's attention to detail.
It's about intentionality. It's about recognizing the power within these plants and approaching them with reverence.
It reminds me of how, in so many cultures, certain objects are believed to hold power. Think about talismans or good luck charms. It might not be the object itself, but the belief, the meaning we project onto it.
It's like giving something significance, imbuing it with energy.
Exactly. And Don Juan talks about these objects of power, too, like corn kernels with specific markings that he believes hold energy.
Yeah, almost like little magical grenades, right.
It really makes you wonder about the nature of belief and how it shapes what we perceive as real.
Yeah, so it's not just about, stumbling upon power. It's about knowing how to handle it, right? Don Juan's point, exactly. It's not inherently good or evil. It's more like, think of electricity.
Okay, I see it. Dangerous if you don't respect it.
Right. It can light up your house or, fry your circuits.
Exactly.
And he argues that even power that's earned through hard work and all the right intentions, it can still be a double-edged sword.
Oh, I totally believe that. It's like that saying, power corrupts.
Yeah, like someone who gets a taste of authority.
Yeah.
It can go to their head, lead to bad decisions, arrogance.
But they get greedy, always wanting more, more, more.
Exactly. That's power without control, without self-awareness.
It's like that hunger for more, that need to be on top. It's like it can consume you.
And it plays out over and over, right? In our personal lives, in politics, everywhere.
Everywhere you look, it's like a cautionary tale.
And that's why Don Juan keeps stressing this idea that real power, it's about mastering yourself, not other people.
So it's about self-awareness, discipline, using your abilities for, like, the greater good.
Right, not just your own gain. Sometimes it's the quietest voices, the ones focused on understanding and helping others. They're the ones who end up having the most influence.
It's a good reminder to, like, check your motivations, But this whole path Don Juan lays out, it sounds intense.
It's not a walk in the park, that's for sure.
There's that part where Castaneda thinks this diablero is after his soul, like trying to steal it. That's pretty scary stuff.
Yeah, and that experience, as terrifying as it is, it highlights the last enemy, old age. But he's not talking about wrinkles and gray hair. It's deeper than that.
All right, it's like the mental and emotional stuff that comes with aging.
Exactly. That fear of decline, of losing your vitality, your sense of purpose.
Feeling like you're becoming irrelevant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we all age. Right. But not everyone lets those fears consume them.
So how do you face that final enemy?
Acceptance. Don Juan says that fighting against the natural flow of life, that's what makes old age an enemy in the first place. Instead, he's all about embracing the wisdom, the perspective you gain as you get older.
It's like each stage of life has its own beauty, its own value, right?
Exactly.
It's interesting, though, how these enemies he talks about, they're like metaphors for these universal human experiences, right?
Absolutely.
Fear, the pull of power, the confusion of shifting perspectives, and then, well, time marching on.
We all deal with this stuff. It's like he's mapped out this inner terrain we all have to navigate.
Yeah, well, it's kind of comforting in a way, like we're not alone in these struggles.
Right, and that's part of what makes Castaneda's account so fascinating, even if you take it with a grain of salt.
For sure, for sure.
It makes you look inward, question your own beliefs, consider that maybe, just maybe, there's more to reality than what we see on the surface.
It's like a good reminder to stay curious, to stay open to the unknown.
And that's the beauty of a deep dive like this, right? It sparks something, a desire to explore, to question, to become a student of your own life, even without a Don Juan to guide us.
I like that. Becoming a student of your own life. I think that's a perfect note to end on.